Hi friends, in today's episode we're going to take a look at the top 10 things that we like about our Arctic Fox 990. We've owned Cupcake for just about a year now, so we think we're somewhat qualified to say here are the things that we like and here are the things that we don't like. Without further ado, let's get on to our list. Number one thing that we like about owning an Arctic Fox 990, off-road capability. We bought a truck camper because we wanted a truck camper to be able to go off-road. We like to go places where there's no one else. It's one of the big things we like about it. We are somewhat introverts. So having the capability to take our rig on whatever road we want to go on is perfect for us. It's a great combination. Look at this out here today. We're not sitting in an RV park. We're not neck to neck with nose to nose with a bunch of other campers. It's us out here on the edge of a lake, just enjoying ourselves. And not for a single second did we have a concern driving in here, can we make it? We've done other roads. I'll put a link right here where you can see where we've questioned our decision about, was this a wise road for us to take? But by and large, this rig takes us where we want to go. Number 2 on our list, double propane tanks. 2 propane tanks, 8 gallons each, 20 pounds per tank. This is great. So we've run out of propane exactly once. And luckily it was not like it was a crisis. We knew we were running low. So generally we run first tank all the way empty. After the first tank is empty, kind of like a mental note, hey, need to think about, when I'm going to get it filled. But the way we use propane for us, the difference between one tank right now when the weather is warm, one tank lasted us about 3.5, 4 weeks. So there you go. Double propane tanks. It's starting to rain, so good enough. So number 3 on our list, ease of driving. So Cupcake, the truck camper and the truck itself, it is, 22 feet long, maybe total, 21 and a half, 22 feet, somewhere right in there. It's a big truck, it's a big camper on the truck. So certainly driving down the road, we're aware we're driving something big and we need to treat it like it's a bigger car or a truck or whatever. When we're in town, we got to pay attention to traffic lights, making sure we leave distance in front of us. Somebody slams on their brakes, that we're just not going to smush them because we can't stop like we're a tiny little Honda or something like that. But having said that, this is a very easy truck to drive. We can park in a standard parking spot in the shopping mall when we go to our grocery store. Mind you, typically I will take up 2 spaces. I pull through. That way I've got 3 or 4 feet in front of me, 3 or 4 feet behind me on the back of it. Driving on an open freeway like this is an easy truck to drive. The wind is a challenge. If we get hit on the side with the wind, we're going to feel it. It's a bit of a kite, but as far as ease of driving, I give this pretty much like a solid B. I don't know that it could be much better than this unless we were driving like a small car. Number 4, I really like the layout over here of the entertainment section. So we've got a 12-volt TV that we've connected here. Behind it, I've got, the plug-in for the 12-volt TV. It's got a couple extra USB ports, so we've plugged in our fairy lights. It just works well for what we want to do. When we want, and we've done it on a few occasions, we can swing the TV out, TV will swivel, and then we can watch the TV sitting down in like the dining area. We don't watch a whole lot of DVDs on it. From watching in our bed, trying to shoot the remote control, to get the remote control to the signal to bounce off of the fan in the kitchen above the stove and then back to the entertainment center on the wall above the sink, I found this to be nigh impossible. I've seen and read other Arctic Fox owners have put a mirror on the vent hood, then they use the mirror to bounce the signal back to the entertainment console. We don't do that a whole lot. We've got all of our connections right here. We plug HDMI cable straight into the side of the TV, and then we plug the HDMI into our phones, and we're streaming Netflix, we're streaming whatever it is we're watching, we just stream it from our phone to the TV. A lot easier than DVDs, a lot easier than messing with the remotes. So this area, particularly being 12 volt, it just works well. I would guess maybe every day, maybe we watch an hour of TV, but generally it's pretty targeted viewing. We're not just flipping channels because we generally don't have that many channels to flip through.
That kind of helps, doesn't it?
It does. But don't worry, we have watched some total crap TV. Just when one channel came in, we wanted to save that Netflix for a day when there was nothing coming in on the TV at all. Something else that works in this area back here, we've got a couple USB charge ports. So typically I just have my iPhone plugged in here. Above that, maybe my Bluetooth earphones are plugged in. We've got power up here for when we're connected to shore power. I don't know that I've ever actually used this for anything, but it's nice that it's there. So overall, this is... What?
I was going to say, and the reading light.
Oh, okay. So overall, you know, when we add in the reading light, is that in your eye right now?
It's a little bit in my eye.
So when we add in the reading lights...
everybody likes a little ass. Nobody likes a smart ass.
I would say Noelle likes the reading lights more than I do. Noelle reads a lot of paperback books. I'm more of a Kindle guy. I would say for me, I like this light, but it's actually too bright.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Holy crud.
Well, when you shine it in my eyes.
So, but it is really handy. I found the best use is when I can aim it across my body at night, and then I leave it turned off. And then when Noelle's not expecting it in the dark, I just turn it on.
That's true. He thinks that's hilarious. He does it regularly. I don't know why.
Anyway, it's just an added bonus to the little entertainment console up here. I think Arctic Fox did a really good job in this layout and configuration. So I'm very, very happy with this particular area with the TV. So one of the things I really like in the Arctic Fox 990 is the kitchen area. This is the golden triangle area. So if in cooking terms, we want to have everything really within easy reach. So as I'm standing here, I can reach the oven, stove, microwave, sink, and with a step back, I'm in the fridge and the freezer. This is a great layout. I really have no complaints about this. It's easy to cook in here. It's easy to do prep work in here. I can reach everything with really a minimum amount of movement. Thumbs up. Let's talk about headspace. I like it. Look at this distance. I'm 6'3". I've got 6-8 inches above my head to the ceiling. This is one of the things that I really like on the Arctic Fox 990. We have this arched ceiling. You can see it easier when you look down here. You can see the arch coming up. So higher in the center than it is out on the edges. For tall folks like me, this makes a big difference. Short folks, you could probably give a darn. Taller folks, yeah, like Noelle. Noelle is standing on like... I have to show you this. What are you standing on?
It's the lip slide out for the refrigerator.
Yeah.
But then I could be tall enough to film you.
Yeah.
And look, I still have room.
So Noelle and I are not quite, but we were almost eye and eye when she's up on this foot up off the ground. So the headspace in here is really nice. It was a big selling feature for us. As we had mentioned before, when we were in a camper van, it was too small for me. I was always kind of hunched over, couldn't fit. So having a camper truck, the space back here where I actually physically fit and I'm comfortable, this is nice. It's a really good feature for us. Freshwater capacity is a big deal for us. We like to boondock, we like to go away from civilization for a while, and the 990 is really quite suited for that. So for freshwater, we've got a freshwater tank that holds 53 gallons of water. There's a hot water tank that holds 6 gallons, so total freshwater capacity on here is 59 gallons. Gray water capability is 39 gallons, black water capability 43 gallons. It's very unusual for us to fill up our gray and our black water tanks. Typically a Typically for us, we are out boondocking for up to a week at a time, and we're really not worried that we're going to fill up those tanks. As I've mentioned before, though, our black water generally tells us it's full, so we just ignore whatever it tells us. And as long as we're not going crazy taking showers, we generally don't fill up our gray water either. Another thing that we really like about the 990 really is the ease of parking. Now the 990 all by itself can't park, obviously, but when you put the 990 onto your truck, now you have something, you're moving around on the road. We got a great example of this tonight. When we pulled into this particular location, it's a campground we're in tonight. Total time for us start to finish of parking was probably about 45-50 seconds. We lined it up, we backed it in, and we were done. We had a neighbor just down the way. Honestly, I'm guessing they were out there 20-25 minutes going forward and backward, trying to get their rig parked. So with the 990 plus the truck being a smaller total length, we're about 22 feet. We fit in a standard parking size. So when we go for groceries, when we go to shop or whatever, if we need to, we can park in a single spot. It can be tight. I'd be lying if I said otherwise, because sometimes we've squeezed in, we're like, wow, we really need lubrication on both sides of the truck for the spot that we just put it in. But in a pinch, we can fit it into standard sizes. My pro tip for you, when you're at a tight pinch with this, you back the truck in. We back the truck in, then I can hang the butt of this truck way out over the edge of the curb or the edge of the parking thing or whatever. So you can sneak an extra couple feet in by doing that. But ease of parking this, it's not difficult. It's a big car, small truck, whatever you want to call it. If you can drive an SUV, you can drive this and park it.
Storage is on our top 10 best list and our top 10 not so great list. On our best list, it's because there is so much. We have plenty of storage, more storage than we know what to do. It goes all the way down, even with the bed, this storage does. So it's the same, like at the head of the bed, on both sides, those storage. Like we've showed you our storage before. It's fantastic. Steve's going to talk about this in our 10 not so great things. It's not ideal. We need to put some shelves in here, make it more functional for us. But just strictly in terms of the quantity of storage, spot on. There's more than I could ask for. Number 10. I really love our outdoor awning. Gives us an outdoor space for sitting in the shade, drinking an ice cold beer, and just relaxing. We also have a nifty little night light for enjoying being outside in the evening. So thanks for joining our 10 things we like about our Arctic Box 990.